Hi, good evening, guys. I'm just sharing the link. Give me 1 second. I am live now. Let me just share my screen. Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Baju sir. Hi, Sarah. Hi, CS. Hi, Devanshu. Good evening, guys. Hope you're doing good and today was good for you in the market. So today we saw market hovering around 49.25 area. Like if I go back to my sheet from yesterday, uh, I'll just choose. So 48.91, it never broke. This piece was solid. Hi Diana, hi Satya, hi Raghu. Good evening, guys. 49.33, you could not breach higher. So we made a lower high, which is not a good sign. With Nasdaq, we went to 700 and then we gave back. Apple kind of hit 196 and then kind of cooled off. Adobe did bounce from 610 all the way to 625, which is good. Amazon came into the zone and then hit 158. Baba stayed throughout this region. Alphabet went high and strong. IWM shorted and it paid really well. Meta gave up through the day, but never came to my short area. Microsoft worked in the same range. MU worked in the same range. Netflix uh, came 540 something and then hit 562. Nvidia was a short. We tried short. Unluckily, we exited early. Tesla was a good short, hit 177 almost, and then it's good. So the idea which I gave you that yes, market is looking a little heavier. So it wanted a cool off. That cool off has a little bit started. Because every single day market cannot go higher. And every single day market cannot go lower. So we'll talk about that. I want to dedicate 5 minutes to black box. Let's look at any of the flows we have. Again, I'm looking at any sweeps for 500,000 and above. Just want to check if we have anything for today. And I'm gonna check, wow, Caterpillar 340 strike. Like it's 2026, so I can ignore. I'm only looking at nearby options. I'm not looking at anything which is into the next year, like 2026, not interested. Like here we have 690 call of Nvidia, where somebody jumped in and then he exited. So somebody's expecting, I think, a split on Nvidia. There's so much coming into Nvidia, so most likely they are expecting some level of split. These are again, you see 620 puts calls which were exited, and at that moment stock went all the way to 608. So this is again, yesterday it was 610, today it's 620, and the stock is around 606. So if tomorrow market starts to give up, it may be bad. Also, Nvidia, this is some exits on 700 calls for me. This is clearly an exit. And these are not small dollar amounts. These are big dollar amounts. These are exit, exit, exit. So they are already in this position. They would have like the open interest would be much, open interest was already there. So they're trying to exit on this position. So which they did. Nvidia has a lot of flow. AVGO, AVGO started to give up. You see, exit, exit, and exit. And then 1200. So all these chip stocks, even for AMD, I did so AMD, and I wanted to mention this number 2 million on AMD, 180 call was exited, 170 call, 1.6 million were exited. And these were not like this is nearby 2.9, this is 12.20, which clearly means that yes, they want to exit. And these are not like small amounts. These are aggressive sold. Also, 155 put is added. Again, I'm not going with A or B. I'm just looking at multiple things. I verified that into the chart, looking at the price. And now you can look at the price afterwards. 180 calls. See how many 180 calls were exited since the morning. Even if it went to 183, 184, these people were trying to exit the calls. And these are March calls. So somebody is really, really trying to get out of AMGO. Intel busted. AMD, you can see. SMCI, yesterday I showed you that there were calls which were supposed to be exited. Again, 450 calls, 126.24. These were booked, not small amount, and these were booked right at the open. So be careful on chip stocks. That's one thing. Uh, Tesla, do not try to long it. Do not it let it settle. Right now, there were like, if you look at them, these are like massive dollar amounts. But Tesla always had those dollar amounts. These are like 166 puts. Somebody booked profit in them because the opponent, these are in white, so I can ignore. Anything which is white, it means ignore. Now, 187 call. This is one off. It's a 5.7 million number. Again, this next week call, maybe something for a short bounce. Regu Tesla is right there. 5.7 million. So maybe for a quick bounce, this person is playing. But I'm not interested in Tesla. All these calls are like kind of exits. Puts are being added. 130 puts. $9, $9, 980, 990. So puts are going to be beneficial for Tesla. Again, we'll check on the charts, but this is what is in the flow. Let's look at anything else. I did the NXPI. ANET, there is a call which was booked right at the close. So you see, in general, all these calls are getting booked. And after them, the stock is going down in the aftermarkets. These are coming in last minute. Even PanW, 400 calls. Again, this is 2026, so I'm gonna ignore it. I want anything in 2024. Oh, we have HubSpot. No, Hubble. This is a different. There's a John Deere and there's an LMT. Both of them have calls uh, going into next 2 years. So not interested. Tesla AM. Netflix, for some reason, was showing some serious trends. This was exited this morning for 2.7 million, but then there's also a 490 put which was added in the last minutes, but it jumped. So again, these are the main stocks. The flow is kind of profit booking, not showing anything significant, but profit booking. So let's start our thing. I'll go to scan. I'll run the scan for 1 day. CCL is negative. Zoom, I don't trade them. So not much. Inside days, SPY has inside day, SMCI has inside day, Nvidia, Walmart, IWM. I've already made notes right there. Inside day, these stocks, and it's right there. We might replace some of them today with this list. Anything bearish? Nothing. Anything bullish? Nothing. All right, so there's not much in the scans. So let's start and let's focus. So this is our candles today. If you convert this into Heikin Ishi, I'll show you a very common thing. When Heikin Ishi is not making newer highs or kind of making lower highs, it's a point where it can converge. You can check this on multiple occasions in the past, like when you're doing the back testing, you'll find this pretty clearly. Whenever these are making lower lows, like right here, it made a lower, higher low. Same thing, like lower high, it's higher low, it reversed. It's making higher, it's making lower high, sorry, lower high. Potential replacement or change in direction is already coming. That's what I see. If you see on Nasdaq, exactly same pattern, and this has already started. We're already 100 points down. We did not make a newer high, and this potential is telling me I am going to hit 17,300, almost 200 more points. So tomorrow, I think if market starts to give up, we will have a good opportunity on the negative side. Also, tomorrow we have numbers. So anybody who does not know, uh, let's go to the economic calendar. This is investing.com, a very helpful website for all the data. Tomorrow, come on. What's stuck now? Huh. So tomorrow we have a very important economic data, core PCE. Okay, it's, come on. I just want to spend 2 minutes before I go into those things. So this core PCE, let's understand what it covers so that when it is coming in front of you, you exactly know what is the impact of these numbers. Because many times people do not understand, they just try to react on the numbers based on whoever is posting on Twitter. But if you understand the real meaning, you will understand what is the impact of it on the stock market. So core PCE is the core personal consumption expenditure. It is the money which you as a consumer spend. Ex- Expenditure, like whenever you're trying to buy something, this is the price you are paying. If this is going high, it means you are paying higher for the items, and it means the inflation is there. So it measures the change in the prices of goods and services purchased by consumers for the purpose of consumption, excluding food and energy. For example, you want to buy a laptop, you will need to compare the price from last month to this month. That's month on month. If you compare the price from last year to this year, and if there is a price that difference, this is what they are trying to calculate. Okay, they expect the number right here to be in the vicinity of zero point 0.2 month on month. If this is core PC, it does not include the food prices and the energy prices. And in general, the energy prices have remained on the lower side in the last couple of months, so it should not have any impact. But if you're going to buy shoes, if you're going to buy clothes, if you're going to buy jewelry, watches, if their prices have gone up recently, you will see the core PC going higher. Core PC going higher, meaning the inflation is sticking, it's not going away. Inflation is sticking, core PC is good, GDP was good. Why should Federal Reserve cut the rates in March or in fact in June? I don't see any probability. I've been very vocal about this. I like people were saying that there will be June 2023 rate cuts. Now we are in the January. We do not have any rate cuts. And if things starts to tick higher, I will not be surprised if we see uh, one more kind of increment in the rates. Or if they do not do the increments, they will do what they did yesterday. They increased the overnight lending just to curb the liquidity in the market. All right. So the impact of all these things is very critical. Now, when you talk about PC, this will include food and prices. So year on year, they are expecting 2.6, because last year the price of food and energy, meaning crude, was higher. So this year it's low, so that's why there's a forecast is lower. But also, let's look at the pattern in the last few days. Also, let's look at how it reacts in January, usually. So this is January. It came out 0.3 on 27th January 2023, which was a little higher than December. Okay. Expectation was this, but little higher than December. So let's go to January of 2022. Expectation was zero point 0.5. It came 0.5. So in line with expectation. Let's go back more. January of 2021, higher. So it has not cooled down in January in the last 4 years. This is core PC, excluding food and energy. So if this remains in line, because the forecast is 0.2, which is the lowest forecast as of now, but if it comes to 0.3, that will be a trigger for no rate cuts for sure. All right. So I hope you understand the impact of core PC and PC on inflation, and then on the rate of interest, and then it will have impact on the market. All right. So let's go back to our tech tips. So let's start with ES. Going back to normal candles, this is normal candle. Uh, we did not make a higher high, higher low. So it's an inside day. Now, if we cannot clear today's high, which is 49.25, this will act as another day of, but tomorrow we'll have a very good move because of this PCE data. But making lower highs is never a good sign. It's kind of compression right now. So it's inside day. Yes. There's no evening star as of now. Evening star was right there. It's not there. It will become evening star once we break 48.91. Again, I would like to short now only below 48.91. I do not want to go heavy on the short side, right? Because we are still holding, and if we like, it's an inside day. If we break below 48.91, that's a inside day breakdown on the downside, which leads to 48.60 and then to 48.20. So again, it's 48.60. Okay, again, I'm 60% on the short side. Dodgy is it's inside day down. Then if you want to try long, same pattern, let it come down 4900. If it holds 4900 like today, it almost came to 48.95 and then it bounced back and closed almost towards the day high. So if you want to try to buy this around 4900. If it gives you a chance, hold with 48.91. So today, this would have been a good trade. All right, so it's inside the up. The EMAs on daily are positive, DMAs are positive, so it's all good. I'm still on the negative side because the Intel numbers are bad and it may have negative impact. Plus, I expect core PCE to be higher. Higher core PC, it should have issues with all of the index. Now, let's go and check the book map. And guys, if you have questions, please come onto the Zoom chat when I share the piece. You see 48.60 we were looking. The buyers right at they're waiting 48.60. 5,000 is a psychological level. That's why there are sellers right there. If we touch 5,000 somehow, then we will see really good correction. But you see on this side, the buying is declining. The major buyers are right here or at around 49.10-ish area. If we lose this, we're going to go down really bad. So let me just 49.10 to 49.5. Then 49.91. You can see this number which matches our Fibonacci. There's a set of 347 buyers and then 48.60, which is the test of 12 EMA. That's why 12 EMA is really important. You have 600 orders. So if we lose this, expect 48.65. On the higher side, there's enough pressure. But here there is no orders. We can see. So if we lose, we can easily fall here. If we lose this, then we are done. Then we are going to test the Fibonacci. 48.20. All right. And guys, anybody has any question, please post. Let's go to NQ. NQ is making an evening star for sure. It's if you look at the inside day, it's an inside day and it's breaking down. The moment we leave 17,500, I will just make it 17,500 now. The moment we lose 17,500, we should be looking at 17,300 and then 17,300. Stop loss is 17,550. This is the stop loss, the bottom of this candle. This is uh, Tuesday's candle. This is Wednesday's candle. This is Thursday's candle. So the bottom here will be a good stop loss, which is 17,550. If you want to go long, try to go long above this area, the body. So yeah, this is the good area. Otherwise, you can sell on Q. We are still we started to convert zero. ES is stretched to 6, but here we have started to convert zero. So when we are converging zero, the possibility of downside is set up. So right now, if I go back to ES, NQ, NQ is 0 for today, it will become 1 next. Like if I include the hours, spend hours, this is -1. The levels are good. Now let's move to Apple. Apple almost came into 193. Again, this is setting up an evening star. Look at the price action. It's making dodgy and it's making today it could not cross. This was the high. This was the low. Today, let's call it H1. This is called as L1. Today is H2 and L2. What we did now, H1 is greater than H2. So we made a lower high and L1 is greater than L2, meaning we made a higher, lower. L2 is lower. उल्टा लिख दिया मैंने. L1 is greater than L2. We made a lower low, which is never a good sign on Apple. So Apple DMI is about to change. The 12 EMA is ready. If we lose 193, it should go down. So I'm going to just try one last time on Apple because I still remember 187.5 calls. Let's look at Black Box if we still have those calls in place. Apple, there is a put which is coming into 4.5 million and 200 calls are sold. This is interesting. So I'm gonna go to analyze, go to Apple, 2nd February, 187.5. Let's look at the chart. This is the Apple call chart. Okay, these calls were added on Tuesday, I think. Let me go and check the volume as well. which will give us more information. Yeah. So here is the volume. The price got added and they are still there. So the open interest is still held in them. Prior to this, there was hardly any open interest in or hardly any trade in any of these Apple calls 187.5. Okay, so this is setting up as an evening star, but there's no volume. If we start to break down, somebody will exit heavy on this. And the open interest here right now is going to provide some serious support. So keep an eye on this. If we start to lose, this is the weighted average price for uh, this particular option contract. You're still away. And again, you can check the option chart as well. Okay, this is good. Let's go back to Apple. I'm gonna be careful on Apple. 193, if it holds, it holds. Otherwise, sell below 193 for sure. This is true. And Apple is 0. Yeah. Then we have Adobe. Adobe today tried to break out, hit 626. It took the 38.2 Fibonacci area and then bounced really solid towards 626. Usually above 38, we should see 61.8. Now, if market supports, I'll be looking to add uh, what I would say in Adobe. The EMAs are positive. DMI is still neutral. It is not negative. Adobe is neutral. I'm going to change. So this was long above 614. So I'm going to convert this into green and mention uh, held above 38.2 fib and did a breakout. Buy on dips. So Apple, we are trying to see if it holds. Otherwise, we will sell. Same thing with Adobe. You want to try and buy. So buy near or buy and dip 615 to 617. Stop loss is 612, 626, which is today's target. 626.85, 641.85. That's target. So I do want to buy the dip. Now sell below 614 or 612. It did. It should be green. AMD. So today's Intel number are going to have an impact on AMD, and it may come into this area. If it holds 174-ish, we are good. Otherwise, sell it. Because AMD, as I showed you, they was called sold for 170, 180 both. Right now, everything is positive on AMD. So if again it may come into this region in the morning 175, 176, but if it doesn't hold here, sell below 174. You can try and buy around this area. If it holds, it holds. If it doesn't, sell aggressively below 174. I can mention aggressively. Amazon. Amazon almost came to 154, tested the 12 EMA. If you ignore this, it is still doing an inside day. But what it did, it filled the gap. So again, I want to add this around 156. My stop loss is now 150. So Amazon is the next possible breakout. But if market does not support, it may get a little tricky. So I want to keep stop loss 154.60. 158.25 is our first target. Again, 38.2 Fibonacci, same logic, 162. I mentioned wait for the 12 EMA for a good long entry. Tested the 12 EMA and gave you a very good entry. So that's the value of 12 EMA. It gives you an opportunity, and then you just need to take that opportunity and go now. This comment is gone, held. I would say back tested 12 EMA above 38.2 Fibonacci. Target 61.8% Fib. Buy near 156. So if it dips, let's buy there. Otherwise, buy by 158.25. If you get that, look for 161. Baba, uh, Baba, as I said, it was setting up for a negative flag evening star. It came and held the 12 EMA. So everything remains same for Baba. This is the clear evening star. If 61.8% is gone, then it's gonna be nasty on Baba. So here, uh, sell below 73.5. That's our stop loss. It's around this area. The EMA, the Heikin is still positive, so I am using it. Uh, it almost made lower low and lower high. Could not break out, setting up a potential evening star. So we can mention evening star. Yes. So for evening star confirmation. For evening star break down. The Chinese stocks have gone down so much that I don't know whether it's going to hold it or not. IWM. IWM today gave up. It's still holding that 12 EMA to the line. It's an inside day on Haikinishi side. See, it has lost the flat base. It's the VIX is increasing. So the next candle, if it breaks down, will be red candle. So short around 197 or short below 194. Right now we are well away. So I'm going to increase short below 196. Stop loss 196, 60, 194.50, 192. That's IWM. And they have lost the Haikinishi. Meta. Meta, same thing, made lower low, lower high. Held 391, but in the after hours, it's showing weakness. So again, if we lose 391, we should come back to 371, which is the same rule. 38 to 61, 61 to 38. So here Microsoft, no, Meta short below 391. Stop loss is 393. Sell below 61.8% fib for more downside towards 38.2 Fibonacci. Microsoft Microsoft is making dodgy at the top. I would try to make a short below 403. So I am trying to make it's dodgy at the top. So short below 402.85. Target is 460. Then 394. Potential evening star is there. Hmm. Stop loss is 404. So if Microsoft starts to give up and all the tickers starts to give up, then things may get a little bleak. Now, there is PanW, Crowd, which are weak. There's Baidu, DDog, Square, which have hammered. I may pick one of them. So for now, I'm removing Micron from my list. We'll come back. We'll remove Starbucks, Target. Uh, Tell me which one of them you want me to choose. We have done IWM, so I'm going to remove it. We have this choice. Tell me in between, let me have some water. Tell me which ticker you want me to pick, and I'll pick up. We have space for 3. I'm waiting for your uh, inputs. We have 3 choices. We have Pan W, Evening Star, Hangman on JPM, Hammer on Baidu, DDog. Okay, JPM is Hammer. That's only Praveen. No one else wants to give any input. SMCI and Pan W. Okay. Pan W and SMCI. I was interested in Square because we have so many of these stickers. I will do instead of JPM, let's do Square. Let me just arrange them alphabetically. Otherwise, okay. So now we are on Netflix. D-Dog will talk. D-Dog, we can talk. Vijay, I will not do it everything. We can talk about D-Dog and CNM in the end. There's enough space, like not enough. Like this list becomes bigger and bigger every day, so I can only manage that. We'll talk about if you guys have more to discuss. Come and join the Zoom call. We'll talk about them. Let's finish this list. We have 6 of them pending. Netflix. So Netflix, I don't know. Netflix almost hit the newer high at the close. So this tells me that yes, there is some interest in Netflix. Even at this price, it made a higher high, high low. I would love to add this if it dips. Now, next target which will come here is 655, almost $100 away. And do not be surprised. We cleared 504, we got 563. We clear this, we got a 655. And people are already giving targets for 700 Netflix. So the dip trade on Netflix should be good. I really want to buy this in the middle of this candle, around 555, 556. Buy near 555. Stop loss 550, 562. Just give a random number 575. Sell below 550, which may be a very risky. But it was showing extreme strength. Nvidia, Nvidia, we were short and it's an inside day and everything. Tomorrow, like I don't know where it will open, but if it does not break 614, I would love to short this. So I want to sell below 610 this time. 614 is my stop loss. Let's see if we can hit 590 or not on Nvidia. Nvidia is an inside day, so a break below 599 can really, really bring it down. Okay, otherwise we are far away from the 12 EMA, far away from the regression channel. We were trying to break out. Now, sometimes when we break out, we need to come back as well for a back test. Back test is 575. Then we have Pau Alto, PNW. So people who use crowd, Zscaler, they can refer to this. There's so many red candles on the top. If we lose 338, I think the game is on the short side. So DMI is all green. EMA is good. And W is five green, green. Let me just check the high Kinishi for pan W. Zero. So I'm gonna short pan W. Short below 338. Stop loss 340. Should aim at 330 and 322. And you can also look at now, which we shorted today, and it worked out really well. Keep an eye on now as well if you want to short. Then we have SMCI. SMCI is making dodges. Never a good sign. It's inside day on SMCI. SMCI is inside day. It's setting up an evening star as well. Potential evening star is there. The moment we lose 460, I'm gonna short SMCI. And you can use this for next week earnings as well. Target should be 436, 424. Again, you need to be careful here. SMCI is a big mover, so stop loss is 466. If 460 is hold, you can try long. It's a risky bet. It's better to short SMCI. Square, Square has everything negative. DMI is negative. And Square -1. Everything is negative on Square. And with PayPal drama, I think these it's hammer at the bottom. We may rise a little bit in case, but if we break below 6250, this is the area where we have found the support in the past. If we break this, we will have support at around 60 and 56. I think it may go down if we do not hold it. So let's go short below 61.75. It's below today's low. Stop loss will keep as 63. Target is 60 and 56. Let me just check if there's also any good flow on Square. Yep, there is 57.5 put. Yep, which will come around our area. So Square is good. Last one is Tesla. So before I do Tesla, I'm going to share the link on YouTube. You can come and join, and we'll talk about CNM and DDOG and BA. I've shared the link. You can come and you can raise your hand and we'll discuss. Last one is Tesla. So Tesla below 190. This was 190 and we went down. The gaps will remain there. We are still away from that red area, which is the support where we have found the support right here, right here. So we will find the support somewhere here around 170 area. So again, I'll be looking to sell this. I'm going to follow the principle of piercing. So I'm going to do mid of this candle, which is around 186. So my stop loss is now 186. Sell on rise. 184, 85. If it bounces, we can go short for 177, 170. So that's my thing. I'm done. I see one participant is Saptagiri. Yes, Saptagiri, you have anything to talk, discuss? You can unmute yourself and speak. Let's check CRM. CRM is making multiple inside days. 1, 2, 3. If we lose 276 on CRM, we're going back for 273. If we clear 281, we can go higher. So it's a double inside day as of now on CRM. D-Dog has a hammer. Uh, Again, dodgy the top and then the evening star and then this. If we lose 120, game is over for D-Dog. It is rejected from 61. It tried. Either it needs to cross 125 to be strong. If it loses 120, it will fall. It will fall and it will fall aggressively. So that's D-Dog. Then I have BA to discuss. BA had negative sentiment, now struggle to close above this area of dark red line. Then it's about to fill this gap. Like the gap was 197. Today it came to 198. Either this 198 is held, the gap is held, we should be good. Let's look at the flow for BA if we have anything. Not in 200. Let me just check. Hmm, 190 puts are there. 200 puts are there. 205 calls were exited. Okay, no, not clear on BA. Yes, Raghu, you want to speak? Go ahead.
Hi, Naval. Good evening. Naval, I'm watching a 10-year yield with respect to futures.
Uh-huh.
Like, if 10-year yield goes down, then futures was going upside.
Yes,
But yeah, but today notice even yield was going down and futures was going down. There is any
because dollar was strong, crude was
okay,
strong.
okay. Because sometimes I see um, weeks
It's not
and
always they
yeah, yeah.
behave on a specific day when the economic data is there.
Okay,
But
okay.
otherwise, they trade on their own usually.
Yeah, because I noticed weeks and the yield go same to hands on hands, opposite to the futures. But today it was futures was going down and
See,
even
again,
yield
we
was
need to
going.
understand VIX
Yeah,
is nothing.
yeah, nothing to do.
VIX,
Yeah,
yes, VIX
yeah.
is just the Greeks
The,
or simple language fear in the market.
okay,
If there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
fear, VIX is low. If there's fear, VIX will jump.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Naman.
No problems. Costco, Mr. Ram. Costco is struggling and it's can break down really badly below 680. 680 below, it can hit 654. So if you're trading Costco, you need to be very cautious. It's rejecting from 161.8 Fibonacci. So it's hitting a very old regression channel. This was the regression channel. If you remember, we were creating this arrow that yes, Costco is getting ready at 490s. Now it's like 200 points above and it has come down. You see, this is a M pattern where we break down. This is a symmetrical triangle where we broke out. This is a W pattern where we went high. Now this, if we break here, we might try a 689 and then we'll come back, right? So Costco, be careful below 680. It closed around that number, but if it holds below that number, then it's negative. Anyone else has anything to discuss? Otherwise, I am done. I'm going to share this information and Thank you for joining. All right. Good night, guys. Take care if nobody has any questions. Bye bye.